Mercedes is about to shake up the F1 world with a major announcement. Over the weekend of the Italian Grand Prix, they're set to reveal who will step into Lewis Hamilton's shoes next season. The buzz is all about Andrea Kimi Antonelli, a young Italian driver making waves in F2. According to Italian publication Autosprint, Andrea Kimi Antonelli will be confirmed as George Russell's teammate for 2025 at Monza. At just 17, he's already proving he's got what it takes to race in F1, skipping straight from karting to F2, and already has the requisite FIA super license points to race in F1. As part of the Mercedes Junior program, the 17-year-old has undergone a rigorous testing schedule this season. He's been behind the wheel of previous year's cars at iconic tracks like Imola, the Red Bull Ring and Spa-Francorchamps, all while gaining valuable experience in the F1 support paddock. Driving for Prema Racing, Antonelli has gradually found his stride in F2. He clinched an impressive wet-weather victory in the Silverstone Sprint and had a standout weekend at the Hungaroring, where he dominated the feature race with authority. The journey hasn't been without its challenges. Antonelli faced difficulties with Prema Racing during the first quarter of the F2 season, partly due to the team's struggles with car setup, which also affected his teammate Behrman. Recently, however, things have turned around. Prema seems to have ironed out the issues, and Antonelli has started to show his true potential. His victories in the British GP F2 Sprint and the feature race at the Hungarian GP are proof of why Mercedes holds him in such high regard. Currently, Antonelli sits 7th in the 2024 F2 drivers' standings, with 4 more rounds left in the season. Despite these ups and downs, Mercedes, the 8-time F1 Constructors' champions, are confident that Antonelli is their next big star. When asked about Antonelli's special qualities, Mercedes trackside engineering director Andrew Chauvelin told F1's official website, "His speed is the main thing. He's gone through the series very quickly. It wasn't long ago that he was driving go-karts, and now he's in F2, testing an F1 car with us. He's got a very impressive CV for someone so young, and no doubt he'll have a bright future. But he looks like one of those naturally gifted talents that everyone's trying to find," he added. When Mercedes was facing difficulties, the idea of placing Antonelli in Hamilton's spot seemed logical. The stakes were low, and it would have given the young driver time to adapt. However, Chauvelin now asserts that this reasoning no longer applies since the team has bounced back and is once again competing at the top. Chauvelin explained, "To be honest, where we're racing doesn't really affect that decision to sign Antonelli. We want the 2 best drivers, and we need to make the best car, and the team are going to focus on that. I think if you get those ingredients right, you'll do fine. But certainly where we are in the competitive order doesn't affect whether we're looking for an experienced driver or a young driver," Chauvelin concluded. Hamilton has already blessed the protégé. At Imola, he said, "Taking on a youngster would be the right move. If it was my job, my role, I'd probably take on Kimi." During the weekend in Budapest, Antonelli openly questioned his readiness for the jump to F1 while speaking to the media, including Racing News 365. The young Italian admitted to having reservations about taking on the enormous challenge of racing for Mercedes. After his feature race victory in Hungary, he candidly shared, "I don't know if I will be ready, to be honest. I'm still learning a lot in F2. I definitely still make a lot of mistakes, and the details that really matter, I'm still not doing everything right. I just want to be honest." According to Mercedes' official website, more commonly known by his middle name, Kimi, he was born in Bologna, Italy in 2006 and joined the junior program in April 2019 off the back of various titles and wins in the junior karting categories. He went on to win the WSK Euro Series and Supermaster Series titles in the OK Junior category that season, as well as finishing runner-up in the FIA Karting European Championship and finishing 5th at the FIA Karting World Championship. In 2020, he stepped up to the OK class, claiming the FIA Karting European Championship and WSK Euro Series. In 2021, he competed in various international karting series in the OK class, winning the FIA European Championship once again before moving up to single-seater racing at the end of the season in Italian Formula 4 for the final 3 rounds with Prema, showing impressive pace and scoring podium finishes. He moved up to F4 full-time in 2022 and stormed to the ADAC and Italian titles in impressive fashion with Prema Racing. For 2023, he made the jump to Formula Regional, taking the title in the Middle Eastern version of the series. He then went on to claim the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine title too, scoring 5 wins. Many are already claiming that Antonelli could be the next Max Verstappen. Given his recent performances and Chauvelin's glowing comments, it seems Mercedes has made a well-judged decision. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff previously made a statement where he said that bringing Antonelli in as George Russell's teammate for 2025 is a calculated risk. Speaking to Dutch publication Autosport Wereld, Wolff said, "Of course, there are risks. They are not so much in his talent as a driver, but Antonelli would be exposed to the media and to the skill of George Russell, one of the best drivers on the grid. But Kimi has enormous potential. His speed and talent are already at a certain level. He just lacks the experience. So I'm happy to take a risk with Antonelli because it's a calculated risk." However, the writing has been on the wall for some time, despite Toto Wolff's faint hope of landing Max Verstappen for 2025, ultimately delaying the decision. An alternative scenario is of course Verstappen, but at the moment that doesn't seem realistic to me. Other drivers would sign a 1 or 2 year contract, which is not enough for us, so I'm happy to take a risk with Antonelli because it's a calculated risk. F1 insiders like Eddie Jordan already see a potential future partnership between Mercedes and Verstappen. Jordan told F1Insider.com, "The unrest at Red Bull, the departures of Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley cannot please Max and his father. In addition, Mercedes has turned the corner and is getting stronger and stronger. I would therefore be anything but surprised if Max moves to Mercedes in 2026. Max's ultimate goal is to be the fastest driver on the track. Right now, Red Bull isn't the best place for that. If Red Bull's struggles continue, it wouldn't be shocking to see Verstappen considering a switch. Mercedes stands out as the best option, and Toto Wolff is more than eager to bring Verstappen into his lineup. The upcoming races after the break will be critical and could significantly influence Max's relationship with Red Bull. Both Red Bull and Verstappen must also be keenly observing Mercedes's progress, which is quickly growing to become a major concern for them. The recent internal turmoil at Red Bull has surely disappointed the Verstappens, especially with the departures of Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley, and all of the allegations against Christian Horner. Moreover, Red Bull no longer has the most dominant car on the grid. These issues could push Verstappen towards Mercedes, especially with Wolff claiming their 2026 engines will be reminiscent of their 2014 championship-winning power units. They have some new upgrades coming in Zandvoort, and if those improvements deliver, the star boy might feel more optimistic about sticking with the team. Max Verstappen's loyalty to Red Bull almost seems too good to be true. He's always full of praise for the team and seems committed to staying with them for the long haul. But that still doesn't guarantee he will stay if they can't provide a championship-winning car. This scenario seems increasingly possible as time goes on. Mercedes had a rocky start to the year but has bounced back incredibly, winning 3 of the last 4 races. Performing well towards the end of 2024 will be crucial for their 2025 campaign. Mercedes plans to refine their current cars for the next season and prepare for the 2026 regulations, giving them a strong platform and a competitive edge. Moreover, the development of Mercedes' engine for the 2026 regulations is reportedly ahead of Red Bull powertrains. Mercedes proved their dominance at the beginning of the turbo hybrid era, so betting on them could be a wise move for any driver. Wolff remains hopeful about signing Verstappen in the future, potentially as early as 2026, with Russell's contract coming to an end in 2025. However, it looks like for now, Mercedes will have Antonelli and Russell driving for them next season. So there you have it, Mercedes is ready to bring Andrea Kimi Antonelli into the spotlight alongside George Russell for 2025. This exciting move signals a new era for the team, and with the possibility of Max Verstappen joining in 2026, once Russell's contract ends, the stakes are higher than ever. Will Antonelli and Russell pave the way for a Mercedes resurgence, and what impact will Verstappen's potential arrival have? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest F1 news.